You're listening to PetLifeRadio.com.
I'm Smiley the dog. I am a mutt. I'm Smiley the dog. I'm super smiley. I have a cat, 2 sweets, the travel kitty. I have a good girlfriend, Angel's really pretty. I have a pony and we share a big horse. We have a big yard. Yeah, we have to, of course. I have a pool. In the summer I stay cool. We have a fountain, live in the mountain, live high on the hog. Need to be a spokes dog. I'm Smiley the dog. I am a mutt. I'm Smiley the dog. I'm super smiley.
Woof and Super Smiles. Welcome to a Super Smiley Adventure on Pet Life Radio, the largest pet radio network in the world. I'm Megan Blake, the pet lifestyle coach, here with my possum sidekick, Super Smiley, the national spokes dog for the American Humane Association Hero Dog Awards. And we're reminding everyone to vote for their favorite hero dog at herodogawards.org. The Hero Dog Awards is an amazing star-studded event, and I mean animal-loving mega stars like Betty White, Victoria Stilwell, all out to honor the bond between humans and dogs, with categories including war dogs, police dogs, therapy dogs, and all of them are heroes. As the pet lifestyle coach, I travel the country with Smiley, helping people adopt the right pet for their lifestyle and then working with them so they keep that pet forever. As part of being a good pet steward is keeping them healthy. And this is one of the reasons that Smiley and I are so happy to introduce you to our guest today. She is the beautiful 5-time Emmy nominee, star of The Young and the Restless, who's also appeared on some of my favorite TV series, Criminal Minds, Bones, Dawson's Creek. Let's welcome Melissa Claire Egan. Welcome to a Super Smiley Adventure, Melissa.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
Oh, we are so happy that you're here. And first, Melissa, my goodness, congratulations on all those Emmy nominations. That's amazing.
Oh, thank you. It's very nice. It's very flattering. We had a great time last weekend. And, it's exciting. It was a fun night.
You are absolutely gorgeous. You just look stunning there and stunning on the show, just stunning every place. We're so happy to have you here.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. It's great to be here.
And Melissa, you're specifically here to tell us about your awesome work with animals and the Riedel and Cody Fund, which helps pets with cancer, which is a cause that has touched me personally numerous times. First, let's get to The Young and the Restless, one of the best daytime dramas of all time. And your character is Chelsea Lawson. She's a reformed con artist, right?
Yes, Chelsea Lawson Newman. I'm not really sure what my last name is because I'm constantly either getting married or divorced or remarried. So I have like 8 different names on the show. But yes, I'm Chelsea, and I've been doing Y&R for almost 3 years now, and super exciting. Lots of fun, juicy stuff coming up with Chelsea. So yeah, the show's going really, really well.
It certainly is. Now, Chelsea, is it more fun to play a good girl or a bad girl? Or let me ask, what do you revel in playing Chelsea? What's the most fun thing for you with her?
Definitely, I loved in the beginning, especially she was kind of a bad girl, a con artist, and she was trying to, scam Billy and Tori on this whole situation. And so I loved that part of her, but I love that, you kind of have to be redeemable on these shows. So if I was really, really bad all the time, I probably wouldn't still be there. So I'm glad that now she's a little bit of a nicer person, and the con artist side just kind of comes out. But, it's definitely, especially on a soap opera, it's definitely more fun to be a little bad. And like on All My Children before, I was on All My Children for almost 5 years, and my character Annie was really, really crazy, like totally nutso and trying to kill people. And it was literally so much fun. So it's definitely the most fun to be bad.
Yeah, well, you're so good in all the different nuances that you play. You're just, obviously, with all these Emmy nominations, you're just amazing. And I also want to tell you that one of my very favorite series is Criminal Minds. I've seen just about every episode, and AJ Cook, who plays JJ, has been a guest on a Super Smiley Adventure too. So, Melissa, which episode were you on? Because I've seen almost all of them.
It was fall of 2011, I believe, and I played a stripper during the whole, the stripper episode where strippers were getting killed.
Okay.
I
remember that one. I totally remember that one. I love that show. I love every single episode. So congratulations on being on such a fabulous
thanks. I know, it's such a great
series.
Show. It was so much fun, and it was fun to be. It's just funny because like on my reel, I'm like a stripper in that, and then I'm like a Stepford wife on Bones. So it's like two very different wardrobe days between. That's the fun part about being an actor. You just really get to literally play much different people. every show. So
very, very fun and very, very cool. And again, we're so thrilled that you're with us today because you are working with an amazing organization that helps pets with cancer. And they are having an auction where lunch with you is the prize. So our listeners can actually help pets with cancer and lunch with Melissa. I want to hear all the details right after this break. Smiley, can you wait? I know it's going to be hard. Good boy.
Sit. Stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
I'm Smiley the dog. I'm Super Smiley. Let's rock!
It's dinner time in America, where more pet parents trust PetSmart for natural and expert recommended foods than any place else. And now, we've added more than 100 new varieties to our already wide selection of your favorite brands, like Simply Nourish, Authority, Wellness, Science Diet, and more. Do what's best for your pet. At PetSmart, happiness in store.
Go to PetSmartDeal.com to find out this week's coupon code and save up to 30% on food, treats, toys, and more. And get free shipping on orders of $49. Go to PetSmartDeal.com. PetSmartDeal.com.
Pet Life Radio, the #1 pet radio network on the planet, joins forces with iHeartRadio to put the power of your pets in your pocket. Awesome. Download the iHeartRadio app and rock Pet Life Radio on your phone, on your tablet, on your Xbox, in your car. Pet talk, pet tunes, and fun pet times. Pet Life Radio and iHeartRadio. Positively Possum.
Let's talk pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
And we're back on a Super Smiley Adventure with the stunning Melissa Claire Egan, 5-time Emmy nominee from The Young and the Restless. Melissa, tell us about the Riedel and Cody Fund.
The Riedel and Cody Fund, the website's riedelcody.org, RIEDELCODY.org. For more info, is this incredible charity that I was introduced to several years ago. I went to one of their events in Los Angeles, and, I have a dog, Sophia, who's 6.5, and growing up I had a cat, Gizmo, for 16 years. And I've always just had a real love of animals and a real just sense of compassion for them just because they're so helpless. And it just makes me so, their parents, it's so important to have people to take care of them, and they can't take care of themselves. And when I met the people at Riedel and Cody and Jocelyn and Lisa and their publicists and everybody, they enlightened me to the fact that 12 million dogs and cats get cancer every year. And I was just so saddened and shocked and appalled at that. It's just such a terrible disease. And I just thought how sad for families who can't, it's so expensive, even just ordinary vet bills, but I can't imagine, all these families that just can't afford to help their dogs or cats that are sick. And a lot of them are forced to put their cats down, put their dogs down. It just broke my heart. It ripped my heart in half. So right away I got involved with them and just trying to just raise money for them so that they can have the money to give to the families to help save their animals.
Melissa, that is so important. And I love this mission to help people with their pets who are fighting cancer. And I mentioned that it was so near to my heart, so dear to my heart. I had a cat, Priscilla. You were talking about how expensive it is. She had cancer, returned 6 times. And each time she survived, and she just kept going and going. And she actually lived to be 26 years old. So I want to say that, she fully took advantage of.
Oh, my goodness, that's amazing.
I think she had 19 lives, but we started calling her the $6 million kitty because the treatment was so expensive, right?
Right. It's true. And a lot of insurance, even if you have animal insurance, it really doesn't cover all of it. It certainly doesn't cover all the costs of the cancer treatments. And, and I don't have children yet. So, and even when people do have children, I just know that their animals really are their kids. Sophia really is my child. And I just couldn't fathom, these families that have to go through this and don't have, and then can't help them just because they, if they can't afford it, they just have to put them down. And I just thought that's so unfair. It's just so unfair to the children and the parents. It's just so unfair to everybody and the animals because we love them like our children, like our family members. So,
they are our family members. I completely agree. So we love the organization here. We just love what they're doing. And you are helping to raise funds to directly help pay for the treatment for the animals with a very creative auction. Tell us about it.
So we, through Charity Buzz, I've done a bunch of different auctions for the Riedel and Cody Fund. I did like a set tour auction maybe like a year and a half ago, and these great people from Canada bid thousands of dollars to come. They flew in, and I gave them a set tour, and it was so much fun, and they had a great time, and they were there all day. But when we were doing the bidding, a bunch of people on Twitter I noticed were like, oh, it's, I think it was like $5,000 or something, and they were like, I can't afford that, but I'd love to do a Skype session with you, or like, could I donate for a Skype session or for a phone call or something with you? So I thought, well, maybe this time we could do either a lunch. I could take them to lunch if they live in LA, or they could just bid on a Skype session or a phone call or just something that, obviously, if they can't afford the big tour and all, because it is a lot of money, maybe they can just put money towards, they can all bid on a Skype session. So basically it's to either Skype with me or go to lunch with me and talk, all things Y&R or all things just life or whatever they choose, chat or animals, whatever they want to just, hang out and talk about. Is what we do. It's on Charity Buzz, and so I think it's gone up to like $600 or $700 so far, which is great. But I think they have a couple more weeks left, so we just wanted to get the word out.
This is so smart. I'm really impressed with your creativity here, that they can either win lunch with you in Los Angeles or the Skype call. That's so smart. So say again, how do people bid? How do they do this? And when does it end? Tell everybody exactly what to do to get in on this.
It's on Charity Buzz, and I've sent out the link several times. If you follow me at Twitter, I am Claire Egan. There's more information, but if you just go to the Charity Buzz link and you put in like lunch with Melissa Claire Egan, I think they postponed it till like July 9th, I want to say, but it just depends. They might push it back even longer to have more people bid. But yeah, if you just go to Charity Buzz and you put in Melissa Claire Egan lunch, you should be able to find out more information, or on my Twitter page has the direct link, and then you can just click on it from there.
Very, very cool. And I love also that you're offering the Skype session. So what are some of the things that your fans usually want to talk with you about? Or because I'm sure you have lots and lots of fans whenever you do have an autograph session or something. What do they want to know about you?
They just want to know about the show and the characters. I always get the who's the best kisser question, which is always a common one on both soaps. And it's true. I'm like, they're all great kissers. What can I say? And
they're soap opera stars.
What's it like to work with? Yeah, and they love us, but they also, they love the men on the show. So they want to know what it's like to work with this guy or that guy, or, know about the clothes. They want to know about my nails a lot, too, which I find really fun. I always get tweets, because I always do different bright colors in my nails. I'm like, what's that nail color? What's that nail color? So I started to, write it down when I get a manicure, because I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember. Everything. They want to hear the scoop, what's going to happen to Chelsea, what it's like to work with the babies, because I have a baby on the show. They have the fans are the best. They have the best questions, and they just want the scoop, or they want to know about bloopers. It's just, we're in our living room 5 days a week, so they feel like they know us.
Exactly.
Awesome, so
absolutely. That's a really good point, that literally you are in their homes 5 days a week, and they do bond. Fans do bond, viewers do bond with the characters. And I mentioned that I'm a big fan of Criminal Minds, and I just love all these characters. I do feel like it's very interesting. It's really, really cool. And I also mentioned, getting back to the animals, that I had the personal experience with my pets being taken by cancer. And 2 of my dogs, before Angel and Smiley, 2 fell from cancer. Guardian had liver cancer, and Spirit, my dog, had bone cancer. And we did choose to amputate Spirit's leg, but it was a great decision. She lived 2 more years, had an amazing quality of life. She just loved being with her family. And Guardian, he had many different types of treatment, from traditional Western to Chinese medicine, and these extended his life and his life, his quality of life as well. But I want to say that after having them as part of our family for 15 years, they succumbed within 3 days of each other. And it was profoundly, as you were saying, so well said, that they are part of our family. We were just so sad, but we could rest with the knowledge that we had given them the very best treatment and had done everything possible. And that's what Riedel and Cody Fund does, right? It provides care for these pets, gives us more time, and gives us the peace, right? Did you agree? I know you know that is so important, right?
It's so important. And they also, the Riedel and Cody Fund also has kind of almost like support groups. Like if you go to their site, riedelandcody.org, there's all sorts of information on the dogs' health. There's information. It's almost like a support group for families that have animals with cancer, which is great. There's also taking care of like the people and the families, the human beings that are dealing with it. I like to think dogs are human, but I guess I would call Sophia human. But, the families, how they, are dealing with it, and it's like a real, circle of support and stuff all on the site, which is nice.
That's really important. Melissa, could you say that again? It's Riedel and Cody.
Oh, yeah, Riedel, RIEDELCODY, riedelcody.org.
Yes, and talking about that topic a little bit, I was also a columnist for Dog's Life magazine, and one of my articles was grieving the loss of your pet. And I talked with a lot of grief counselors and psychologists, and this was so interesting. They found through surveys and through statistics, interviewing people, that many people grieve the loss of their pet more than they grieve the loss of human friends or family members. And they're actually embarrassed to admit that. But in these surveys, you know, and in interviews with therapists, they admitted this. And the therapist discovered that it's because with animals, we share our secret souls that we don't even tell to our family members. It's something that is so intimate, sharing our secret souls. Do you find that with your animals that you really, really share something unique? I do with mine anyway. I do.
Oh, absolutely. No, 100%. They really, you know, it's by the expression that they're our best friends. Like, they really are. And like you said about, you know, the connection and how they, like, I was, you know, joking, I'm getting married in a couple weeks, and my fiance and I were talking the other day about how I was really not feeling well a couple weeks ago, and I had some friends staying with us, and I came home, we had a brunch, and I just didn't feel good, so I went up to, like, lay down, which I rarely do, and Sophia would not leave my side, and all these friends were over downstairs in our living room, and, like, she'd come down she'd bark when they walked in, and then she kept going back up to me, like, usually she'd always want to be around the groups of people, but she, like, for hours didn't leave my side in the middle of the day while I was sleeping. And I just thought, God, that's so funny that she, like, knew I was not feeling well and just would not leave my side, you know?
I do.
People were in the house, she'd go and be playing, and I just thought, that's just so sweet. She just wouldn't leave me because she knew I didn't feel good. And so, yeah, I mean, it's just anyone that knows or has animals just knows there's just that connection, and they just take care of you and love you unconditionally, and it's just a really special thing.
Absolutely. They know that. We all do know that. We animal lovers. And Ms. Melissa, I want to hear more about your personal connection with animals and more about also your acting work in North Carolina, Shakespeare in Oxford, England, and modeling with the Ford Modeling Agency. So much to talk about right after the break. Super Smiley, can you wait? Good boy.
Sit, stay. We'll be right back after a short pause. Well, 4 to be exact.
I'm Smiley the dog. I'm Super Smiley. Let's rock!
Dogs leave fur wherever they go. It collects all over the home. There are many tools designed to stop dog hair spreading, but their effectiveness varies, and afterwards you have to clean the tool, then the floor. With the Dyson Groom Tool, you simply deploy the bristles, then gently brush the coat. Loose fur is removed, while dead skin and allergens are captured by the vacuum. And to clean up, you simply release the trigger.
To get this awesome Dyson Groom Tool, go to DysonDeals.com. That's DysonDeals.com.
I Love My Pets, the new single by Mark Winter, available on iTunes. Hi, this is Jody Miller-Young from Bark and Swagger. Tune in for everything pet fashion and more. From fashion tips and runway trends, products and designs I love, to fabulous home decor for your furry friend, you'll find it all here. Be the first to discover the new. So what are you waiting for? Find me on Pet Life Radio. And remember, when fierce fashion calls, Bark and Swagger.
Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
This is AJ Cook, and we're on a Super Smiley Adventure.
And we're back on a Super Smiley Adventure with the beautiful Melissa Claire Egan, 5-time Emmy nominee. Melissa, you've mentioned your animals.
Hi.
Tell us more about your animals and pets in your life. Tell us more details. We want to know about them.
Oh, sure. Well, my first animal was a cat, Gizmo. I had for 16 years. I was probably like 4. Yeah, and then he passed when I was like 20. I was in college. He was more of an outdoor cat, outdoor and indoor. But I just, I grew up with him, literally, from 4 to 20 years old. And then Sophia is my dog here. I'm looking at her right now, actually. She's 6.5 years old. And she's my daughter. And yeah, and so and then, a lot of my best friends have animals too. We do play dates. So animals are just a big part, certainly a big part of my life.
Absolutely. Well, tell Sophia that she's welcome on a Super Smiley Adventure too. We're so happy to have Sophia here. Little girl. Yeah, good girl, Sophia. And Melissa, I believe that animals are healers and teachers, and science is now starting to back up the healing part. They lower our blood pressure, lower our heart rate, and I like to say they increase our happy chemicals. What have your pets taught you about life? What has Sophia taught you?
Oh, gosh. Well, firstly, a real sense of responsibility, and, I got her at, I think I was like 26. And just, I think it's good just to be taking care of someone other than yourself before you have children. So, literally, I think it teaches you responsibility, but just emotionally, it's like beyond, it's just so much love and just nurturing someone else. And, when she's fallen sick, just making sure, she gets to the vets in the right care. She got a really bad case of kennel cough when she was a puppy because I took her to doggy daycare during all my children because I would just work all day, every day, and I had a one-bedroom apartment. So she go to doggy daycare every day when I was 14. She got just a terrible, terrible case of kennel cough, and I had to take her to a specialist, and it was just like the first time she got really sick, and it was just so scary and so, I had to leave her overnight at this place that was amazing, but they put her in this machine where they clear the, has humidifiers, and it just kind of cleaned her lungs. But I had to leave her overnight, and it just killed me. So you just learn to take care and nurture somebody other than yourself, and and like you said, there's just no words for the emotional connection that you have. It's just certainly like true love.
I do know. And the word, we keep saying the same word over and over. We keep saying the word connection because all of that teaching, the responsibility, everything that you just mentioned, it actually on some other level shows us how to deepen our connections with animals, with people. It just opens up our hearts even more. That's the way I look at it. And Melissa, I see that you have worked as an actor since childhood. Did you ever act with an animal? You mentioned, I know you've been working with babies. Have you ever worked with an animal?
I have no. I'm Young and the Restless. A couple of times a couple of the characters have dogs, and they've been in the scene, but they're not my character's dogs, so I haven't had to directly work with them. I love when they have the dogs on set though, because it's so much fun, but not directly. Like a couple scenes, with my character's ex-best friend Chloe had a dog, so she had that dog was in a couple scenes, and I'm trying to think what else. I don't think I have other than that. Just a lot of babies.
Yeah, there you go. And you were acting as a child. What was your very first acting role? Do you remember, or were you a little baby yourself? Do you know?
I wasn't a baby, but I did, professionally, my first thing was a commercial for Surprise Shampoo. It was this random commercial brand. And then, I did a bunch of commercials and a skit on Late Night with Conan O'Brien and that kind of stuff. Those were my
that's so
gigs.
fun.
And I did a Dan and Yogurt commercial. Yeah, it was really fun.
Did you know way back then that you were going to be an actor, that was your destiny to be a successful actor as a child? Did you know that?
I really did. Yeah, I just loved it so much and really just had a desire to be on stage or dancing or acting or singing. And my mom tells me stories how I used to I'd watch Baywatch, and I'd be like, Mom, you have to write to them and tell them I need to be on the show. My mom's like, okay.
That's so cute. That is, and it's funny
that's how it works. But she's like, you got it, Missy. I will write them right away. Yeah, so I was just, I was just obsessed with performing and all that jazz. So I definitely knew at a young age for sure.
That's very cool. And you mentioned Baywatch. I'm an actor as well, Melissa, and I was on Baywatch Nights. I played a Scottish princess talking about playing different roles.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That's really so cool.
And also, you worked on Dawson's Creek and One Tree Hill, and I love North Carolina. For all of our listeners, those series were shot in North Carolina, and I worked on Dawson's Creek too. I played Dr. Elise, the friendly dentist. What did you play on Dawson's Creek? What were you doing on there?
That is so funny. Yeah, I love it too. I went to UNC Chapel Hill, so while I was there, I got an agent in Greensboro who would send me to a lot of auditions in Wilmington. So as they audition a lot of the under fives there in Wilmington. So I did a couple things. On Dawson's Creek, I played a waitress that kind of hits on Joshua Jackson one episode, and then I played the sister of Chad Michael Murray's character, and he and I are on a date, and Michelle Williams, I'm his sister, but she thinks we're on a date, and so she spills coffee on him or something. I don't know if you remember that one. It was probably like 12 years ago. Yeah, but it was so much fun. And it was like 2-hour drive from UNC where I was in school at the time. So it was just fun to kind of, do those things to kind of build up my resume, build up my reel and all that stuff.
Right. It's so cool. And you mentioned Greensboro. I can't believe how much our paths have sort of crossed each other because I have a second home in Greensboro and my agent was in Greensboro also. and Smiley
and I. Funny.
Isn't that crazy? And Smiley and I do
and my little brother actually lives there right now. That's funny.
Really? Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
we do our therapy dog work with pet partners in Greensboro, North Carolina. Smiley still goes back with me. And we both worked on the newly released film, I want to let everybody know, Susie's Hope, which is now running on video on demand, VOD. So everybody be on the lookout for the film Susie's Hope. And Melissa, this is the true life story of the burn dog in North Carolina that turned spokes dog. And the shelter director there, Marsha Williams, she actually saved Susie and she's portrayed in the film. And she was just on a Super Smiley Adventure with us. So after Melissa's show,
that's awesome.
Go meet Marsha on our other Super Smiley Adventure, and also Donna Lawrence, Susie's real life person, and Susie are on a past show as well. So check all of that out. And so, Melissa, yes, we love North Carolina. This is quite amazing how our paths have kind of crisscrossed.
I know. What are the odds? It's the best place. I grew up in New York, but my parents actually retired down there. So I have the parents there. I have my little brother there. It's the best. I love it so much there. It's such a special place.
North Carolina is very, very cool. And Smiley and I live in Malibu, California, so we're in LA as well. But right now I'm in Florida, and it's really beautiful over here now. So as I said, we travel around quite a bit. But Melissa, I see that you also studied in Oxford. Tell me about that. That sounds really cool.
I did. I did the British American Drama Academy abroad one summer. The summer between my junior and senior. Was it junior and senior? When did I do it? Yeah, summer between my junior and senior year of college. I went abroad and did BADA, the program for at Oxford for I think about 4 or 5 weeks, and then traveled to Florence and Nice and Barcelona. So that was like my abroad experience because I didn't want to leave Carolina for a whole semester because I loved college so much. I was like, I can't miss out on the semester. So I did it during a summer. Big training with Shakespeare and movement and voice and modern, all these different, all different like theater stuff. It was pretty incredible. It was really fun. And it was, you felt like you were still in the college set, college scenery because you were in the dorms and all that stuff. So it was really, really pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun and also very, very impressive. That is really, really cool. And again, Melissa, we're here with you today, yes, to let everyone know about the great work of the Riedel and Cody Fund and about the auction where the winner can actually have lunch with you, Melissa Claire Egan. And Melissa, so give us before we go, give us another quick wrap-up summary of their mission and how people can participate in the auction. Tell us about it. One more time. Summarize it for us.
Riedel and Cody Fund, it raises money for pets, dogs and cats with cancer for their families. It gives them money and support. And come have a Skype session or have lunch with me and donate some much needed money to animals with cancer and help them and their families.
I love that.
RiedelCody.org is a website for more information. RiedelCody.org.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Very well said. And we want to invite everyone to participate with Melissa and also come visit Super Smiley and see his flash mobs for pet adoption and kindness on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Megan Blake. And if you like our mission, share the videos. Help us share kindness around the world. Melissa, I saw you're a dancer. Smiley, my dog, and I have a national tour, a flash mob tour designed to energize pet adoption and be the happy campaign. So you'll have to come dance with us sometime. Would you do that?
I would love to. Absolutely. By all means. It's
really, really, really fun. And that would be we would be quite honored. And also, big thank you and shout out to the American Humane Association for asking Super Smiley to be the American Humane Association Hero Dog Award Spokes Dog. Now remember to vote for your favorite hero dog at herodogawards.org. And one more piece of news, Smiley and I have been asked to blog for Sergeants, that pet company that's been around helping pets forever. So we're so excited. And our first introductory blog, yes, yay, we're so excited. It's going to be posted.
Congrats, that's awesome.
Thanks, Melissa. Yeah, we're really happy about that. We're going to keep everybody posted on this and on all of our adventures on our Facebook at Super Smiley and at facebook.com/Megan Blake. And Melissa, you mentioned your Twitter. Tell us again how people can keep up with your activities as an actress.
Oh, yes. You can follow me on Twitter at @MClaireEgan.
Okay.
And again, if you want more information, if you just go to charitybuzz.com, you just put in Melissa Claire Egan under the search field, and then the site where you can bid on the Skype session will be right there. Just pops right up.
Perfect. And so Smiley and I will also follow you. Smiley's on Twitter at Super Smiley Dog. If you Google Super Smiley Dog, you can pretty much find him every place. And
so cool.
Yes, and a huge super shout out to Riedel and Cody Fund for their great work. And Melissa, again, thank you for all you're doing for animals and for joining us on a Super Smiley adventure.
Thank you guys so much. It's been awesome to be here.
And from all of us here at Pet Life Radio, we hope you enjoy all of your adventures with your pets. And until next time, woof and super smiles.
Let's Talk Pets every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.